One put me on switch in Cape Town, and this is Chante.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Welcome back to it. Welcome back to another one. It is your boy DJ Switch, and we're coming to you live from Gobin Studios out here in Cape Town, Woodstock. And yeah, man, it's the Shoot Your Shot tour, and we out here in Cape Town. We're in the final leg, and we just trying to find out who are the dope artists out in Cape Town. And we're gonna get straight to it, but make sure you like, subscribe. Let us know what you think of the show. Share the freestyles, share the interviews. Let us know we should be looking out for, right? Whether it be from Cape Town, Durban, Port Elizabeth, or Gqeberha. Did I say that right? All right, Gqeberha. That's what I thought. And just let us know. Drop us in the comment section. And we're live in effect with none other than Chante.
Hi.
What's happening?
Thank you for having me. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. So I came across your I think it was an ad.
Okay.
And I think, I don't know if you boosted one of your posts.
That's interesting because I think those things don't work, but now I know it do.
There you go, right? So you should give yourself a shout out because I was just like, okay, this is something interesting. And I was just interested to find out, well, and then I think I saw you somewhere else, but I just knew that you were out here in Cape Town. And I said, okay, cool. We're going there. We got to find this person. Let's see if she's up for the interview. And here we are.
Here we are.
Who is Chante, the songwriter, singer, dancer?
Chante is a passionate person of many things,
Right.
Just a lover of people, and overall I'd say I'm just funny, I'm jolly, I am a people's person.
Okay.
And well, that's what I get. That's
Right.
what people say, so I'm just, and I can agree. I do agree. So that is basically what I am in a nutshell, just for the people. I can place myself into anyone's
Right.
shoes. I'm really like just a lot, it doesn't take a lot to impress me.
Okay.
Really down to earth, humble, and all that
she's
jazz.
giving out like a
Like-
Tinder profile.
Yeah, I am, eh? And it's so nothing to do with the music, but I think
Right?
that's what people gravitate towards when they discover the musicality. So I have to appreciate that and mention that.
Cool.
you know.
So, I wanted to, just mix it up a little or switch it up a little bit because we're seeing Tyler now on this big stage where she's just killing it right now.
Yeah.
And R&B will seem to sort of make a comeback, even though
Yes.
her hit song is a Amapiano song. And, I've been always asking some of the artists that I've had on the show, is R&B dead?
No.
Well, Tyler's
Not.
bringing it back, but obviously
Exactly,
overseas, it's
Tyler's
always been there.
representing.
Hardcore, yeah. So shout out to Tyler.
Yeah, shout
She's
out
really
Tyler.
killing it. She
Yeah.
got that Travis Scott. You got the
Yes.
Travis Scott feature. She got the Marshmallow feature.
Yeah.
She's just
Yeah.
doing the things out there. But
Yes.
that's what happens when you get those big record deals, and they just support you from the beginning to
Yes.
end. What do you think it is for? I mean, the only biggest R&B star that came from Cape Town would be one guy, and that's Jimmy Nevis.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
And then, of course, we've got also the Black Ties, Chad Simon. We've got
Yes,
them as well.
yes.
Shout out to Lloyd. Shout out to all of them. They're always killing the corporate game. I always see them. And, I've done my research. I know some of these guys. And now we're looking for the new stars coming. After Nevis, we didn't hear of nobody else.
Really?
Well, now we got Chante, right? So,
Now you got me.
right?
Hey.
So why is that? What do you think it is? Is it the business? Because all the art, there's a lot of art here. But
Yes.
is it the business? What is it?
I will say that I just got started. So
Okay.
I'm seeing a lot. I'm still learning a lot.
Yeah.
And the people in my corner, I've learned a lot from them. So I did not really get into the business side as much. But it's just the love, man. It's the love that drives. And I just go with it. I go with the intention behind it and remember why I started or why I'm doing what I'm doing. Because I think I just finally tapped in, and it's nice to see the response that I've received and people just loving the R&B music. And I've been hearing R&B is dead, and I'm like, no way, no way.
But you see, that is it. Like you hearing it, I'm also hearing it. I'm saying it
Yeah.
too because
Yeah.
it's very difficult to get like good R&B music. And
I
even
feel
when
you.
and even when you do get it, people don't really take it. They don't take it to heart from the get go. It's got to first climb the charts and etc.
Yes,
etc.
that is
etc.
true.
Right?
That is true, yeah.
How are you getting your music out apart from doing boosting posts?
Boosting posts? Well, I just signed a distribution deal, so
Okay. Shout out
the
to you.
next drops is gonna be entirely up to them. But I didn't think about it too much,
Right.
Even when I created my first song, I did it because I did something that I love and I was proud of, and I put it out. I didn't think of all these things like the reach and how many people are gonna discover me. The second song, that was like, Okay, I'm doing this again. What is the steps, And
But
then yeah,
you
choose the
have to
correct
look
step.
at those things.
You have to.
You have to look at the
Well,
numbers.
I would say I don't want to say naive, but inexperienced. I didn't think about that at all with my first drop. I don't think I was ever thinking in that space because I was just doing it with something I've always wanted to do as a little girl, a dream of yours, and then you like shift away from it and you navigate towards it. It's like, can I just give myself a round of applause and not worry about all these other
Yeah.
things?
There we go right
That's
there. There
just
we go
gonna
right there. There we
distract
go right
me.
there. Yeah. And I think
Yeah.
when you're blowing your own horn,
Yes.
it's a good thing just to get yourself up there because not everybody's gonna
Yes.
support you.
That is
right?
true.
You're
Yes.
from a little town. I don't know if I can call it that.
It
Gordons Bay.
is. Yes, it's like
It's like small in Cape, well, in the Western Cape because
yes.
that's
There
like
by the
outside
mountains
of.
and the beach. Yeah.
Always by the beach, that's us.
Yeah.
Like everybody see it, yeah, right. And I think when you look at your reach and what you're doing. I mean, you're adding the dance to it as well.
Yes.
So it's not just the dancing; it's the singing, and then of
Yes.
course songwriting.
Yes.
You know how much money you can make from songwriting?
No, not actually.
You can make a lot,
Okay.
right? And that's what's important for you guys to understand that if you're gonna, just be a singer, you should be able to songwrite it. But if you're not maybe a good singer, then you could be like a really good songwriter,
Songwriter, yes.
and vice versa.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Just
Yes.
like we saw like Lisha, he did the water dance challenge. He took it to another
Oh,
level.
okay.
And Lisha is actually also from Cape Town, but I mean he's now he's like the number one choreographer in South Africa.
Yes. Isn't this Tyler's choreographer?
Correct.
There we go.
Right? So I mean, like for him, I mean he's taken something that went viral all
Yes,
over, like
yes.
literally everywhere.
Yes.
But also once again, all eyes is on South Africa because of Amapiano.
There we go.
Is there a reason why you did the Amapiano remix to your latest song?
Yes. So, okay. When I released music, I do take note of the feedback
Right.
because I also want to not just make stuff that I want to rock my own boat to, but I want people to relate, you
Right.
know? And they were like, girl, you should do a piano version. I'm like, do you think so? I don't know. And then I just did a poll on Instagram and I was like, okay, which version should I drop next?
Right.
And I was like, do you want a cappella? Do you want a Amapiano? And Amapiano went skyrocket.
Right.
So I was like, I need to give the people what they want. And I was like, I can dance to this. I
Right.
love dancing. So, and I mean, it's popping right now.
It
It's
is.
the thing. So I was like, why not jump on the trend?
Right, 100%. And that comes to my next thing because you see like around the country, that a lot of people jump onto the trend,
Yes.
but some vocalists don't make it. They have like one song
Yeah,
and then you don't hear from them for a while because
Yeah.
Amapiano is very quick,
it is.
right? I know in Cape Town, Gom is
It
still,
is.
it's still smacking out
Yes,
here.
yeah.
Piano took some time, but now it's sort of really in
Yes.
the, like it's everywhere,
Yeah.
right? And shout out to South Africa for creating this whole new genre. Piano is dope. We all love it. It's part of us. If you had to take it further, right? Because now you're there now, and let's say this song takes off, which it probably will because you'll see from the streams, right? If it's in that category, it'll automatically take off. That's what we know. That's why people jump onto piano.
Okay. Is it?
Yes.
I did not know that.
And you'll see, right? So and that's what I like about you. You interact with your audiences. So when you're asking them
Yes.
certain things, you're very active.
Yes.
Does that help with your decision making?
It does. It does. And I would say sometimes it's the thing on the back end. Like, it's nice to connect and be like, help me on my Instagram quickly. Like, send me a message and give me advice. But like, it's those DMs that I get that people see something in me that I did not
From the
see
boys, right?
myself.
From the boys.
And I was like, man, you're the reason why. I'm gonna just keep going and giving you what you need because I just
Are the
have to
boys
appreciate
DMing you
that.
or the girls DMing you?
Both. Both, but I mean
All right. So
both, yeah.
okay. So how did songwriting come about?
Okay. Beats. I'm inspired by sound.
Okay.
First, I can hear sound and I immediately like just step in, which is why I'm a bit nervous for that a cappella because like I know like no sound, what am I gonna do? But no, really, I just listen to a beat and I feel things, or it would take me to a core memory, or just something that I can fascinate about and create something, and then I'm really creative.
Okay.
So that then I write my song. I feel what I feel. I relate to I go back in time or currently, and then I would write based off of that experience. And yeah,
Right,
that's
so
how I do it.
I want to ask you another question,
Yes.
right? So I know in Cape Town there's a lot of groups.
Okay.
You have like your school function, and you start a group, and then there's more groups, and there's always like
yes.
certain high school competitions.
Yes.
Is that still a big thing here? Like dance groups versus
I
each
don't
other?
know.
Well, not like break dance groups
No.
or like hip hop groups, but like
No.
inter-school vibes.
Listen.
Or like you have like the Untouchables that's like performing at what's a place in Grand West? I'm just making an example, but anyway.
Okay, I get you. I get what
get
you're
what I'm saying, right?
But I can say no because I mean I don't know when last I was on school. Firstly.
Okay, but it doesn't necessarily have to be on school. But like, let's say, for
Okay, yeah.
example, you're from your community and you just
Okay.
decide to create a group, and then eventually start singing covers all over around Cape Town, and you at like maybe.
I hear you.
Does that still
I
exist?
have not seen that in a while.
You're right.
It's been a hot minute.
It has been a hot minute, right? Because I mean, that's a big thing out here in Cape Town. Like a lot of groups start out and they start singing covers, and some of those groups actually make it overseas.
Yes.
And they'll go and like be out in Dubai. They get a 6-month contract, and then they come back, and then they think they're the ish, and then one wants to be Beyonce, and then it does, right? Then it doesn't work out. What are you working on right now? Are you working on an EP? Are you working on a?
Yes, I'm working on my EP.
Okay.
Well, that will be then released next year. Sometime next year. I don't have a date, but I still have one recording to do. I'm super excited. It will be my first project, first body of work. I put my everything into that. I want to think, but I know when I release it and I make more, I'm gonna be like, this is better. This is the best,
Right.
But yeah, that is all I can say for now regarding the EP. But I'm just still in the creative space,
And you said you signed a deal. Who's that deal with? Can you say? I mean, it's just distribution. It's not like a record.
Escopia Distro, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is that local?
Yes, but in Johannesburg.
Okay, cool. So
Yes.
they are local. They're called
Yes.
who?
What? You're making me confused. Escopia.
Escopia. Okay, so check that out. Escopia distribution, because
Yeah.
we want to find out like how people are getting the music out, because there's a lack in like how you get your music out. And some people always go for DistroKid first, but
Yeah.
then they struggle. They don't make
Yes.
enough money,
Yeah.
and they complain, and. So I always sort of push, and I always advocate for local distribution, because then at least you can speak to the person on the other side of the phone and be like, hey man, I need to get on this playlist, because those are such big things that people need to get and understand,
yeah.
right? So and that's why it's important to know like your distribution. Distribution, that's a deal on its own. I mean, it can be a 360 deal as well, where they can pay in advance,
Yeah.
or you just like, I just want distribution, and we'll see what happens month to month type thing.
Yes.
Right? So we're going to get into that state. And by the way, it's hot up in here, man. We had to shut off the
Yeah.
fans because, it's going to make a whole lot of noise. But we're going to test those vocal cords and see, what are we talking about here? Who is Chante? And we want to hear this range. And I think, you can give us something that's coming maybe off your EP, or something that, that was in the bank, that didn't make out. So on a 1 and a 2 and a 1, 2, 3.
We can get wild, I'll make you mine. Ain't gotta fight, ain't no fight. Let's take our time, show me you like what you see tonight. I'ma get wild tonight, ain't no putting up a fight. See, you got me on your mind, damn it, I like it. That is my first song that I recorded on my EP.
Okay.
And I will be performing it tomorrow.
Well, when this comes out,
Yeah.
well, we don't know when this is going to come out, but hey, so you will be at Shoot Your Shot, and, like I said, I wanted to, bring somebody out, like, from the R&B side or Amapiano side in Cape Town that's sort of doing things.
Yes.
As much as we focus a lot on, like, the hip-hop artists, and because they don't get enough light.
Yeah, I was wondering about that. I was like, what am I doing here? But I was like, maybe you want to break the ice.
Well, yeah, I think that's why we do it, because, there's a lot of hip-hop artists, there's a lot of, now there's been a lot of Amapiano stars, and those stars are there because, it's the big thing right now.
Yeah.
But obviously, where I come from, it's been like hip-hop all the way, and some of these guys have sort of like taken their foot off the gas,
Yes.
and we want to know, like, because in Cape Town there's a lot of talent, but there's not enough business.
Yes, that
Why do you
is
think?
true.
Why do you think that is?
I don't know, man. Like, I always hear that Josie is the place to be.
Right.
I mean, I'm scared of Joburg. It's
Why?
apparently 2 times bigger than Cape Town.
I
I
don't
don't
know,
know
you-
people there.
You should ask. You should ask my man Tabang because it's like his first time out here in Cape Town.
Oh,
What do you think,
wow.
Pa?
What do you think? It's beautiful, eh? There's nothing like it
is
there.
that-
The mountains, the beach. Hello.
That's, yeah, he's scared of the water, but anyway.
Why? Because you don't have good enough reason.
In actual fact, he doesn't have where he stays. That's the truth. No. That's because of the
I'm
situation.
not gonna. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. No, it's not bad. It's not that bad, but
Okay.
that's just where he's staying. There's always water cuts. When the electricity goes out, they cut the water
Like
too.
we have electricity cuts.
But they
But
don't
okay,
cut
all
the
of
water.
us. But
They cut the water where you're staying.
Sometimes.
Right? Yeah. Well, there you go. So okay, so yeah, that's cool, man. I'm really excited to see. Well, what you did bring on stage, from what I see though online, is that you got something going there. You got the moves. You can dance, and of course, then it's the singing, right? So, but I mean, like, are you gonna focus more on piano, or will it be more R&B, or will it be sort of like a mixture?
Listen, that was my first Amapiano song. I
Right.
made a remix actually
Right.
of my song already.
Yeah.
So it's just a remake. It's like another version of the song. I don't think I'll entirely go into it, but I would like to see the feedback. And I also feel like I want to cater to my people. It's festive, and I hope they're gonna play my song and jam this Christmas and
Right.
whatnot.
So here's the thing, right? When you drop a song,
Yeah.
you've gotta push forward so that you can get a follow up. Because if the
Mm-hmm.
first one doesn't make it, then the second one should be harder than the first one, right?
Yes,
So do you have something to drop?
my EP. So
Right.
I'll release a single first. Yes.
But then when does the EP come out? Well, what would, you don't want to say?
I don't have a date,
Okay.
but next year.
Okay, and who's that up to?
soon.
Is that up to you or distribution?
I'm not done recording yet, so it's kind of up to me.
Okay.
But the session just needs to get booked, and we'll do the last song, and then we will go into the whole dates and promo of the deal.
Right.
So, yeah.
And I mean, like, are you working for studio time, or are you just, how do you pay for studio time?
I pay. I save and I pay.
Okay, but you're not working right now.
I am working.
Oh, you are working. What do you
Yes.
do?
I do marketing.
Okay, for a company?
Yes.
Right. Now you see, some people out here, this
Listen,
might.
I can give that advice though. Like that's what I got from my favorite artist. You have a job while you're doing this. Like it's not like everyone says, quit your job, do this full time.
Right.
But you do not want to burn out. You're gonna lose yourself if you don't have the funds to back yourself up. And I do believe that now because there was a time when I had like a glimpse of it. And I think that's when most people become uninspired, so they stop. They fall out somewhere along the line. I need to pay bills. I need to go to that studio and be like, you know. So that's
Yo,
what I'm doing.
you spitting some big gems here. I don't have the claps out here. I gotta load this.
Yeah, the sound effects.
Yeah, I know, right? You've been watching, and I think it's a good thing that you say that because a lot of
Yes.
people, like you say, they end up quitting this passion for them because they don't have the funds to continue.
There we go.
And if they don't have a backup or somebody to back them up, they also quit.
There we go.
So then they end up getting a job and they say, well, no, this music thing doesn't work, especially in South
Yes,
Africa
that is true.
and XYZ. Obviously we've got these platforms to help you, sort of build
Yeah.
the expectation, but
Yes.
you still got to work at it, like you say, in marketing.
That is true.
I think marketing is maybe like 80, maybe even 50% of this whole thing.
Yes, and I mean, I am using that marketing skills for my own stuff
Right,
as
right.
well. I mean, I studied marketing, and
Yep.
that is a whole nother different story. But like when can I share a story with you guys? And for anyone
Yeah.
watching, because I want to say this, I want to be of great, just like encouragement and advice to somebody out there that really needs to hear this. When I was finished with school, so I used to do music, right? Like I used to sing in church, I used to sing at modeling shows at school. And then I got a little bit too big for my shoes and I went to high school and then I thought that I need to stop this because I need to be realistic and I need to find a job and I need to find something to study. At the time they told me that music is not something that you study in like year ever because you won't make it.
Right.
And that is what I went for. That is, even though my heart was like, no, I want to do that, but I let the people get the better of me. And then I went to go study marketing because it was the only other thing that was interesting enough for me to be like, I like advertising, I like this, I like that, I can do with this and apply that to anything else in my career. But that is what I was told. And now I'm like at my big old age, just finally being like, y'all lied to me and stepped out and did my thing.
Yeah.
And yeah, I am, and I can see that it can work.
Yeah.
Even for people like Tyler, you mentioned her. She's paving the way for so many South African artists. We can look up to her and be like, whoa, it's possible, you know?
Absolutely.
It's possible.
And I mean, like a lot of people were shook at what she did.
Yes.
Right? And she's doing the things right there. So shout out to Tyler, man. She's flying our flag, number one.
Yes.
Right? And
She
she's
is.
representing for the ladies.
Yes,
Number
she
two.
is.
Or that should have been number one and then, the other one. And man, so what are your aspirations though? I mean, you're coming from Cape Town. Are you gonna like maybe think to relocate Jersey?
I think about relocating here. Like in
From
the
Gordon's Bay to,
yes,
to Cape Town.
to Cape Town.
Right.
I don't know what I will do without the mountain and the beach. That is another thing. To
That's
fly
like-
down for that is like
That's like asking Tabang to, he can do without the water.
he
And
can do without the water, but me, I love the mountain. I get my inspiration from the mountain. I just come outside,
Oh, okay.
look up, and I'm like,
are all Cape Townians like that? 7 or 9th? You're gonna miss the mountain?
of course. And it's so fresh. I've been to Joburg before. The air
right.
there. When I landed, I was like, where's the breeze, the freshness?
You know,
It feels
this is
so...
like what every Cape Townian complains about. It's like, where's the air? It's,
Where's
it's,
the air? It's very fresh out here. I can't leave this. So yeah.
Tabak? You know why he's smiling?
Why?
He's it's his first time in Cape Town, and they always tell stories about Cape Town.
Yes.
Cape Town's got always the freshest hands. So my
Fresh as
man's-
hands.
Yeah,
Is
ladies.
it?
So
Come
man's
on.
is smiling here. He's smiling. I don't know for what he's smiling for.
What's
but-
he smiling for? And me?
Bro,
We don't only two people sitting here. And he's smiling at you.
no, but you're smiling because he's even giving you,
Aw, thank you.
It's magnifique, my friend. It's his first time out of Jersey, so it's okay.
Did
But
you
yeah,
get a girlfriend? Yet. Not yet.
he's checking,
Oh, okay. Do you?
but he won't move to any place where there's too much water, too much vat. Yeah, you say
Oh, man.
no vat, no
Get
ocean.
over the fear. Go in the ocean. Just take a dip. I promise you.
All right, tell me who you want to collab with?
Yeah, Shekinah.
Shekinah. Oh yeah, I forgot
Just
about
like-
Shekinah. Yeah, shit.
Shekinah and Rolene.
All right, and Rolene, yo.
Guys,
Right.
let's give them their flowers.
Yeah.
Like, yo.
I think
So
they stay killing.
inspiring.
I know
Yes.
Rolene was just out in LA. She's busy recording.
Yes.
So we were expecting something from her, and I think Shekinah as well should be dropping soon.
Yes.
I mean, they're also like superstars, yeah.
Yes. they
I mean,
are.
Tyler definitely superseded them in terms of R&B. I think she's probably the
Yeah.
biggest R&B star
Yes.
that we've had coming out of South
Yes.
Africa.
Yeah.
On this level, like in this time, it's huge for South Africans.
Yes, it
But yeah, man, I think those are quite dope collabs, you know?
Yes.
Any
I really
reason
don't know
why?
about
Their
them.
style, their songwriting?
Shekinah's voice sounds like everything is gonna be okay. I don't even know.
Right.
Like, I just love everything that the way she graces the lyrics,
Yeah.
like with her vocal cords. Like, she has by far the best vocal cords ever. Rolene just gives me really like crisp R&B, like. You know everything that I listen to,
Yeah.
like artists over there, because we always listen to artists
Right.
over there, but then we come discover you're so relatable,
Yeah.
you belong there,
Yeah.
like, and all these things. Their vocals, I love anything with good vocals.
But isn't that good engineering?
It could be too, and like vocal producing and all of those things.
Right.
I have never done that. I've only just ever written my own songs.
Yep.
I've figured out my own melody. I mean, Hirsch vocal produces me like as we are busy with like recording sessions
Sure.
and stuff like that. But it's all entirely me. So that is one thing that I would like, someone coming in and guiding me.
Right. So I mean, that's like, and I always sort of preach this at the workshops and stuff. Is like, you can't just be listening to your own shit. You know, I mean, you
There we go.
gotta get some outside opinion,
Yes.
and you gotta hear of like, this is the shit or it sucks. As your friends told her that it sucks. Have you told her that it sucks?
Never. No one has said anything bad. They're lying to me. Eh? I don't know. But
That's what I'm saying. They
Oh,
must say like,
oh,
nah,
they're
actually,
lying to
girl,
me.
that's not it.
I also think I don't have too many friends.
She's like, don't say.
Don't expose her. I also think there's not too many people, like my friends
Yeah.
are not artists.
But,
they
I mean-
see everything I do and it's like, amazing, Chante. And I'm like,
Yeah, but
"Thank you."
as much as they're your friends, they also got to be honest with you.
Yes.
You know, it's
yeah.
like if you
Yeah.
walk onto stage tomorrow and we're like, yo, that ain't it, that was not it, then
Yes.
what?
Then it's okay. Because
Right?
I don't get to decide what you must like and shove it down your throat.
Well,
I
there we
mean,
go.
that's what I like about my
Alright.
journey. The
Alright.
people gravitate towards me and my voice. And the compliments that I get on my voice is stuff that I've never heard before. They don't say, you sing nice. They don't say these average things. I heal people's relationships, apparently. And they like, you sound like everything is going to be okay. And it's such a breeze. And
But
I'm
you
like,
just said that Chicana's, you said that about Chicana, right?
exactly. And
People
she
say that
sounds
about
like
you?
everything's going to... And people say that about me. And people say that about me. Insane.
There we go. It is your boy DJ Switch, the Mixtape King, and yo, we're coming to live from Cape Town, Woodstock, out at the Go Binge Studios. Check them out online. Check them out on CakeNet. They got a show called Steakbake, and yo, man, we just we're on this tour right now. We're finding out the different artists. We're discovering different artists. Some artists we've never even heard of, right? And I'm finding them online. I'm finding them on the net. I'm doing my research. I'm searching, and yo, man, make sure you check out Chante. Check out a brand new remix song from her original song called Ready. And yo, you can check out the Amapiano version. She was out at Shoot Your Shot. And yo, man, you're going to see the footage. Any more shout outs?
Yes, just everyone who has followed the journey, everyone who contributed to you guys. I mean, this is such an opportunity for me. And I don't know where this is heading, but I'm doing a lot more things like this. So I'm really
Shout
grateful.
out.
I have to say thank you for everyone rooting for me, my family, my supporters. I love y'all. Thank you.
And yo, just like that, yo,
Just like that.
we out.
We out.
Is that a cut?